My name's John, and I'm with Geekify. We're here at Chicago Comic-Con. We specialize in making geek gear of all kinds. We do a lot of legendary books done up as custom device covers. So we make them for iPads, for Kindles, for Nooks, or tablets. We also do sketchbooks, diaries, and journals made to look like things like the Neverending Story, or Labyrinth, the Necronomicon, or Myst. We also specialize in some mad scientisty kind of stuff. We grow bismuth crystals out of vats of molten metal. We work with musical Tesla coils that shoot musical lightning bolts. We also work with ferrofluids, magnetic liquids. We make lava lamps on steroids for the 21st century. We do a little bit of everything. So we do geek artwork of different kinds. We've got our Firefly Last Supper print that we did with the very talented Adrian McPhail. Some cool scroll work that we do. And we're just geeks making geek stuff. A lot of what's the props that are featured in movies don't necessarily require licenses just because they're used in passing. Things like the Neverending Story. The studio went bankrupt about 15 years ago as a German studio, so it's kind of in a weird gray zone. But we do make an effort to avoid things that are particularly copyright unfriendly, things like anything by Marvel, anything by Disney, or by the Harry Potter universe. But people do want legendary stuff and custom requests all the time, so we see what we can do to kind of work within the legal guidelines to do what we can to help people out. Oh yes, so we've actually developed a prototype version of the Pitboy from Fallout of the Dice Gauntlet. You know, it's just, the circuitry can be mounted in just about anything. So it's the fur and leather version was just for barbarians because it fit with the D&D theme. And we had a couple other options that we went with for other players like priest class or hunter class. But we also started developing more sci-fi with more circuitry on the surface, give it more kind of an etched circuit board kind of look to it. We love meeting the people who love our stuff. We are geeks. We are a company of geeks, by geeks, and for geeks. So we definitely make an effort to cater to our market. I mean, we are our own biggest fans, and it's great seeing people react to our stuff. We've got people just kind of, they're stunned to see unique handmade goods that they haven't seen before. We try and come up with stuff that people have never encountered at con. You come to a convention, you see a lot of the same comics or a lot of the same merchandise from booth to booth. We aim to be something unique at these places. And it's great getting to meet all the people too and see all the amazing costumes that come through. I love trying to get the autographs of all the high and famous people. Nathan Fillion's here. He's a little out of my price range this time around, but by and large, I just love seeing so much positive enthusiasm for the geek world. Just because there's so many people and there's so many branches of geek fandoms. You know, everything from sci-fi to fantasy, and tabletop gamers or specifically board game players, video game players. They all come together in one place. I love that the most, I think.